2 Battle Report. I am casting for the RPG.net tournament. Hope you all have been watching the previous games and hope you'll join me for some more. This game is between Lily of the Orchard, or Lily of the Valley, and Blind Snipe, I believe. Their in-game names are Crimsin and Grant. So Crimsin is the light purple-ish Zerg, and in the 6 o'clock position we have Grant as the blue Terran. Now, Crimsin, I think this is Lily of the Orchard, was talking to me on the forums, and he said that he's new to Zerg, or that he doesn't quite have it down yet, so I'll be focusing a little bit more on Crimsin, as he could probably use the tips a little bit more. So right now, nothing special going on. Pylon going up, first Overlord Scout going out, and looks like there is, Crimsin is macroing up. No cheesy 6 pull or some such. Looks like he'll be getting maybe a 12 or 14 pull, and might get that early expansion as well. Here's a quick tip for you Zerg players. What you can do, instead of building that Overlord first, start a Vesbian Geyser. Actually start 2 geysers, or what do they call that? They call that start 2 extractors before you put the Overlord out, and then as soon as you get enough money for the Overlord, you can, start 2 extractors, build 2 more drones, start an Overlord, and then cancel these 2 extractors. Then you're actually going to have 12 drones. You'll be 2 over your pop before you have to put 100 crystals into that first Overlord. This is something that TLO always does as Zerg, and it just gives you a little bit of boost. I mean, it's not much, but you know, it's something. And in Starcraft, every second counts. So he did get a, what was that, a 13 pull, 12 pull? Oh man, I wasn't watching. I think it was a 12 pull. We do see 2 gateways going up, so we might be seeing some sort of zealot push, zealot rush, or we might see, well, there goes the first zealot, but you always want to get that first zealot out usually. So we might see a cybernetic score go up here, and then a stalker push, but chrono boost goes down on the zealot, so this must be some sort of cheesy zealot rush. But then again, there goes the cybernetic score, so maybe this is a stalker push. Oh no, never mind, no refinery. No assimilator, so yes, this will be some sort of zealot cheese. Here comes the next one. Overlord does scout this and sees, well, did he see that? Hang on, let me see if he saw that second. Yes, he did just barely see that second gateway. That would have been a bad mistake to see this one halfway done and think that was the first one. 2 zealots out. No more yet. So maybe he's gonna put a, there goes an assimilator. Okay, there goes another zealot. Being chrono boosted, another zealot might have a chrono boost on that too. Yep, there we go. Little tip for Grant. Let me switch this over to your view. Okay, Grant. I'm not sure what your username is on the forum, but hopefully you'll be watching this. I see that you do not have your Nexus controlled. What you want to do is hit Control 1, and you'll have, like you just did there for the Zealots, so you obviously know how to do that. Hit Control 1 for your Nexus, then anytime that you want to, you can hit 1. Oh wait, no, that actually did some, I'm sorry, I actually hit the letter 1. Hit 1, and then hit C. C is, the hotkey for this. Hit C, and then you can just click on these. You can actually hit 1, C, Shift, and then click on both of these and do chrono boosting. See, right now you can see this second chrono boost might take a little bit. No, he didn't, because he's supply blocked. There we go. But I did see when you chrono boosted those 2, it took a good bit longer than usual. That's what happens if you actually click on it. Again, this is just a short little tip, short time saver, but that definitely will save you time. You should, and it's the same thing for the Zerg player. Crimsin, I'm not sure. Do you have Zerg who's hotkeyed? It's always nice to have keyed, but that's not quite as big as, well, I guess you do always want to have all your hatcheries hotkeyed. Then you can just hit the, I think it's the S button, which will select your larva, and then you can actually click on it if you don't want to memorize all those. But it's also always good to have your queens hotkeyed, because if you have, at least for your main expansion in the early game, you can hotkey your queen, like number 2, and then double click on that. It'll bring it right to you. Then you can hit whatever the, I don't see what the it doesn't show me what the hotkey is on here, and I don't have the Zerg hotkeys memorized. You can hit whatever it is. It's probably S or L. And then, you know, just click it again. And it's a quick time saver. This will raise your APM. If we look at this, APM is probably around 20. Yeah, 20 and 26. 26 for Crimsin. So, hotkeys will always help. And I always have all my hatcheries, nexuses, or command centers always hotkeyed. It's just something you always want to do. Spine crawler going down. I guess oh yes, he did scout this. He does see these zealots, so the spine crawler is a good move, but really he needs roaches, and the roach warren is going up, so excellent gameplay going on right now. He does have another hatchery going up. This is good. He's expanding. We'll see if he can hold this hatchery against these zealots. If they push right now, he is very defenseless. He only has 6 zerglings on the map. He has another queen coming out. They will definitely help against the zealots, but won't do too much. Right now, he's very high on the income. He has 24 workers compared to 19 for Grant. Grant is still producing, but he's not chrono boosting his workers. Chrono boosting workers is usually a good idea, but obviously Grant is going for some sort of zealot early push, so there's no, he doesn't want to waste the chrono boost on that. He is going for Twilight Council. That's an interesting move. Usually, if you're this dedicated to the zealot push, you want to push more with zealots and push a little bit faster to get in there. As it is right now, roaches are going to be able to be out. If Grant would have pushed a good bit faster, he definitely would have been able to take down this hatchery. Ooh, and there's another quick tip. Now who is this? Crimsin is sitting on 1,000 crystals. That's always a bad thing. 1,000 crystals and supply blocked. Wait, no, he just lost an overlord. Okay, so that's not as much your fault then. But if you have, yeah, there we have, I think that's 4 overlords in production, 3 overlords in production. You really never want to have to produce that many. But if you have 12,000 crystals in the bank, you're in a very bad position, and you need to be building something. I mean, it's totally your choice as to what, but at what point would you rather have 12,000 crystals in the bank than, what would that be, 40 zerglings on the field? Or might be, hang on. Might be 80 zerglings on the field. I'm not sure. Now, of course, 80 zerglings is definitely not as good as 2 hatcheries and roach warren, a spawning pool, and some assimilators, or whatever they're called for the zerg. I can never remember what these things are called for the zerg. Anyways, we do have a first push coming out here. This is a good move. Really probably should have come a lot earlier. Right now there are roaches out, and you can micro those roaches around and tear these guys to shred. No micro and no heal coming out from these roaches, but they're not really in much of a position to, as they were surrounded. Little bit of a miss managed by Grant there as he took down the queen. It probably would have been better to get those roaches, but it really doesn't matter as he's just going to own all these guys anyways, as Crimsin is not microing them. Usually, well, oh wait, no, charge just came online, so it really doesn't matter. Those roaches can't get away anyways. That was a long charge. I didn't know they could charge that far. Excellent move, going straight for the hatchery. Going to try and get it down before these next roaches come out. Here come 3 more from here. Doubtless more about... Oh, wow. Are those all roaches? Yeah. A whole bunch of roaches just came out. He just took down that hatchery. That's a great move. It's going to take a long time to rebuild. He really should... Yeah, his zealots will come in here. They will get totally destroyed by all those roaches. But it really doesn't matter. And he's got a bunch of stalkers coming in here. I think stalkers are strong against roaches. These guys are armored. Oh, that was a... okay, there's one of the big deals in the game. Okay, this is the perfect example right here. Watch this fight. Now, if you notice, these stalkers were on right mouse click. And okay, and I'm just going to rewind this a little bit. Bear with me here, because I really want to make a strong point out of this. These stalkers right now are on right mouse click. Now watch. If they were on A move, they would attack as soon as they see that. Instead, these roaches got off all those free hits and practically took down a stalker for free. Also, these guys are just attacking... Wait. Yeah, the micro here is pretty poor for Grant. He is focus firing like he should, but he missed several shots. All 3 of these guys could have been dead, and that fight might have gone very differently if he only would have attacked, moved, and then attacked a roach until he's dead. Or even when a roach is at 1 health or something, you can even select half your stalkers to attack a different roach rather than waste a full volley on 1 roach. That's some more intense micro though. And looks like these zealots were going to come in here and push, but they decided to turn around. 3 zealots on 3 roaches. I'm not exactly sure who wins that fight. Looks like the roaches have more health and do more damage anyways. And these zealots will do much better just taking down this hatchery. Oh, but 3 roaches come out, so now we will see who wins this fight. Or we won't, as Grant's not going to attack and just try and take down that hatchery, but he definitely won't be able to get that down. Those roaches will totally kill those guys, I think. Yes, there they go. Oh, and look at that. The roaches were actually using their claws to hit him. Good animation switch there. So we have 3 gateways, a dark shrine. Ooh, a dark shrine. That could be trouble if he... well, no, he has a layer up, so he can just morph into an overseer. Here comes some more zealots coming out. Another nexus going up. And how long have I even been recording? Okay, I think I have to stop soon or else YouTube's not going to let me upload the video. I'm sorry, I wasn't watching. Anyways, Forge is researching shields. It's always a good move, especially if you're a lower tier player. It's always a good idea to upgrade because it's very difficult to keep those guys. Keep the what do you call that? Your mineral count down. Okay, there is something else, and I was talking about the minerals, so I'm just gonna back it up just a step. And I'm sorry for backing this up, but I just want to make a major point out of this. Since these two guys were asking for tips, then I'm going to say this. These zealots right now were told to right mouse click on this guy. So watch this. These two are attacking, but nobody else can. So these 3 are just running around in circles there. You saw that they were just running around in circles doing nothing while getting shot at. Meaning, I guess they still won the fight anyways, but they could have won it with a lot more zealots had they been on attack move. If they're on attack move, they'll just spread out and attack everybody, you know, at the same time. This hatchery does go down. Those broodlings come out, but that will not be enough to kill those zealots as they're very strong against broodlings. Looks like almost took that one guy down. So mine are gained, but these guys will live again to fight another day. That roach is done. Another roach is going to be done. He really should micro those roaches away, but he fails to do so, and they will die. That's another thing. If you have 3 roaches in a line, and these guys come up and start attacking this one, you want to take it and pull it back, and as it's running, the zealots will chase it, and the other 2 can get free hits on. So there's a tip for Zerg micro, like this right here. See these 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. If the zealots come up and attack this guy, you want him to start falling back. The zealots will chase him, and everybody else can get free hits on the zealots while they're not attacking anybody. Looks like a bunch of spine crawlers going down. Looks like with roaches and zerglings and spine crawlers on the field, then Grant really needs to transition into air. And looks like we have pylons going down here. I don't see any Stargates yet, but he really should transition into some air units or maybe some Colossus. We have some Dark Templar out, and I just want to comment, I love how they have those 2 different designs for Dark Templar, the one with the sickle and the other guy with that, who's just like a glorified zealot. Anyways, but he really should transition into some air. Some Void Rays would do amazing at this point. He could even go carriers, because if you look at this, all he's doing is roaching and roaching. All he has is roaches and zerglings. He has a layer up, but that'll let him build. So he can build. Can he build a spire on a layer? Yeah, so I guess he can get corruptors, but he does not have any on the field. So if Grant can hide some Stargates down here, or he could even put like a pylon right over here and put 2 Stargates up, then he could really, if he masses up a couple Void Rays, then he could really do some major damage, or maybe if he gets some carriers. Anyways, I'm not exactly sure how long I've been recording, so I'm going to pause this, and join me again for part 2. Hopefully YouTube will let me upload this. If not, then I'll be recasting this, and nobody can hear it anyways. So join me again for part 2 of this game between Crimsin and Grant. Crimsin Grant. So like a red Grant. Anyways, join me again for part 2. Thank you.